We have a crisis on our hands. Who's behind, if you want to use the term, the invasion? I would say it's non-state actors, which has been a term since 9/11. And that means organized groups operating like states, encouraging the penetration of our border by large numbers of people. Now, a lot of those people are being misserved by the ones that are encouraging them to come across the border. A lot of those people are victims. But at the same time, they are operating as cover. They don't know it in many cases, but they're operating as cover for those that are smuggling. Those that are smuggling substances that are absolutely deadly, including fentanyl. And I'm afraid, unless we send a stronger message, that is just going to get worse and worse. We have an obligation to protect our children. We have an obligation to protect civilization. We have an obligation to protect people from substances on the street. That calling them recreational drugs is a lie. It's poison. We have an obligation to protect civilization. We have an obligation, folks, we have an obligation to protect our neighbor to the south. They need help. I've seen Mexico, and y'all know it. I've seen them come up and do their own roundups on their side of the border, do their own arrests. It needed to happen that way. But they're only going to do it if they feel like there's support on our side of the border. I believe we have a governor that might do that.
I want everybody to know it is not our Commissioners Court's decision as to whether there's an invasion occurring on the border. That is someone else's job. Our job is to merely support the individuals that are in those executive authorities, and we are encouraging them to use lawful activity to proceed forward in defending the sovereignty of the state of Texas.
To add to Commissioner Perry, I think we owe apology to immigrants that came to this nation the correct way. Who, as an immigrant, can afford to get $20,000 to come across that border? Plus what the cartel wants to bring you if you're coming as an illegal alien. And we call illegal aliens, everybody looks at you like you're dumping on the Mexican community. That's not the truth. All people are created equal. But we don't just have Mexican people coming across our border. We have people coming across that border from every nation in this world. And we have got to eventually get to the point that we realize that we're either, one day we'll stand up and we don't have a nation anymore. I have personal people that are tied directly to me with accounts that I can tell you of sex trafficking that's being taken place, and it's billions of a dollar industry now. And it's grown tremendously in the past 5 to 7 years. It's out of control.
We are on the front lines of the border, being the state of Texas, and we have to do something about it. I agree with you. Our president needs to do something. Our governor needs to do something. Both of them are on opposite sides of the aisle. We've got to get the border under control.
I believe in the rule of law. Law brings order. And in order, we have safety, a sense of belonging. We have community. And I believe our governor got it right. I didn't draft this resolution. My colleagues did. And I believe the way I read it, it shares the sincere sentiment of our governor who wrote at the end of May. In the middle of his resolution, he said this: I hereby direct the Department of Public Safety to use available resources to enforce all applicable federal and state laws to prevent the criminal activity along the border, including criminal trespassing, smuggling, and human trafficking, and to assist Texas counties in their efforts to address those criminal activities.
Everybody's made very valuable points. It really comes down to legal, illegal. There's nothing race about it. There's nothing race about it. When the borders are open, this is what's happening. When it's closed and it's functional, there's another outcome.
We have a motion today on item 3.1. made by Commissioner Paul Perry, Precinct 3, seconded by Commissioner Randy Stenson, Precinct 1. I'd like to ask all in favor, please say aye. Aye. Okay. Motion carries 5-0. Thank you today. Thank you for your comments, and we appreciate all your investment and time.